my seat.
So take a step back. Don't touch my phone. Are you crazy? Is you crazy? Do not touch me or my phone. Take a step back, sir. Take a step back. Both of you. Take a step back now. Take a step back now. Take a step back.
Sit back in our seat.
Mom, please take a step back. Again, I asked you to give me a moment. Take a step back. You're being rude and disrespectful.
Giving you a
Take a
moment.
step back. Take a step back. Take a step back. Thank you. Take a step back. Take a step back. I asked you to give me a moment. Now take a step back. Where's your ticket, bub? Thank you. It's okay. Just give me just a second. Here you go. Thank you. Excuse us. Excuse us. Thank you. Take some decorum. That's all it takes is decorum. I asked you to give me a second. No, and you getting down in my face like I was
Because you turned away from me.
No, I didn't.
So we are back with the Karen Strikes Again. And with this one, this is actually a black mother and her son who just happened to be at the movie theaters. And I believe they were going to be watching the movie Despicable Me. I think they're on 4 now. All right. So they're over here watching the movie or watching a little bit of it. And more likely the credits. And then a white lady and her son comes, even though it looked like I thought it was the grandma, but it was the mom because the son said mom. So I was like, oh, okay. So anyways, but you had the mother who was just irate, just mad and furious at the mother, saying, you are in my seat, your son's in my seat, yada, yada, yada. Ended up being that, yes, the black woman, she was a seat over. Her son was a seat over. So they technically were in their seat and whatnot. Now, the problem is not the fact that they were in their seat, but it was the way that this was approached. There's a way to and to not speak to people. There's a way to and to not resolve issues. Okay? So, with this case, for instance, hey, excuse me, but you're in my seat. Do you mind moving over? Oh, I'm supposed to be in F1819. Oh, I'm in 1718. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's move over. Boom. We're done, right? That's not what happened here, obviously. Okay. Now, with me, I actually had something similar. Not similar to this because I'm, I haven't had like Karens like this or anything like that. But for me, so I was at a UFC event and my spouse and I, we were coming back down because, the fights were ending earlier or whatever. And we had about 20 minutes to go and do whatever. They go and tell you like, y'all got 20 minutes before the next fight. And UFC, they're on it. So they're like, okay, in 20 minutes, we're going to start bringing people out. So if you ain't out, that's on you. Okay. So we're like, okay, we got 20 minutes. Let's go and use the bathroom. Bathroom was not too far. It was in like 4 minutes walking, 4 or 5 minutes walking away. We went there, went and got some food, and then we got back to our seats. It was these 2 white Russian chicks. And they were just sitting in our, Russian or Ukrainian, I'm not sure. But they were sitting in our seats. And mind you, we've been here. The event is about 7 hours. Okay. You get your money's worth. And we were already there for about 4 hours. So it's not like, you know what I mean? We were there for a while. So we came back and he's behind me. I was walking first and I looked and I'm like, well, let me go and pull up my phone. I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know. And I was like, nah, I paid some pretty decent money for these seats now. Okay. Because I wasn't in a nosebleed. I was in like that medium kind of ground, so you got the part on the floor. Okay. And then you got the part where you're on the stairs and, you go all the way up to nosebleed. I was about 6. This time we were about 6 rows right from the stairs before you get all the way to the ground. So there's some pretty decent seats. Okay. So I'm like, what's going on? Okay. So I go and I look and I'm like, excuse me, but you're in our seats. And they had the nerve to look at me and be like, I guess you can have your seats. Like, they didn't say that, but their face said it. And then they shook their head or whatever. And I'm like, you know, because I'm the kind of person, I give you looks. Okay, I may not say much, but I give you looks. And I was like, you gonna move? And then she was just like, fine, let's just go. And they started speaking, you know, whether it was Russian, Ukrainian, I'm not sure. I can't tell the difference between those two. But they started speaking whatever language. I'm just like, and then we sat down, and the guy that was sitting next to me, he was like, yeah, I don't know. So I don't know why they thought they could sit here. He's like, I don't know. You know, and that's the thing. I don't expect you to say anything because I don't know you and you don't know me. So that's different. But still, you know, it was like with that, that's how that was. That was that whole experience. And it wasn't anything crazy. But like with me, all I said was, excuse me, but you're in our seats. Oh, and they want to get a little attitude, and I'll give my face. I will. I'm not gonna be sitting up here yelling and doing all this stuff. You know, I'm not doing all that. There's a way to say something, way not to say something. Of course, you can say, okay, well, Alex, the facial and the head wobbling was a little much. Yes, but that's just me. I'm very much, okay? But you don't have to be up here yelling. And in this video in particular, we have the lady yelling, charging at the lady, assaulting her. I mean, hitting a woman and throwing, you know, hitting her stuff. I mean, you know, you're over here assaulting somebody. And then you seen the son, he was saying, the black son, he was over there freaking out. You could tell in his face. And the mom, she was like, it's okay, baby, whatever. And then you had the white son, he's just like, could you please move? Please move. I didn't find that necessarily to be rude. He was just saying, you know, he's a kid. And I just found him to just be like, you know, just, I don't want her to freak out even more than what she's doing. Because, whew, that's rough. Okay, and the black mama, you could hear her. I mean, she said, like, you know, could you show some decorum? You know, where's your manners? Why does everything have to be mean? Why does everything have to be like boom, 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 boom? I'm mad. I'm gonna do this. I'm getting in your face and I'm doing all that. It's like, you don't have to do all that. It was just a wrong seat. My bad. Had the wrong seat. Did not know. Okay, let's just end it. It doesn't have to be some back and forth. It doesn't have to be all this arguing. It doesn't have to be all that. But let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think the lady was out of line? How much out of line do you think she was? Please let me know down below.